Brian, die wedstrijden die jullie uiteindelijk nog wonnen voor de break, 2 keer. Was het daardoor toch een hinderlijke onderbreking, die interlandperiode? En kan je ook vertellen wat jij eigenlijk gedaan hebt de afgelopen 2 weken?
Yeah, well, I think it's always nice to go on a break with a win and also with 2 wins, 2 important wins for us. First in the Champions League and then here at home against Twente was 2 important games for us. It makes the break a little bit easier in some elements. It's definitely from a emotional point of view. So it was a good break. I had the time to go home to the family and see them a bit, and also just to get the mind a little bit away from Feyenoord and football, and try to be a father, try to be a husband as well. So that's nice, and I definitely feel the energy is back in the body, and we're ready to go. We, as you all know, we have a heavy schedule coming up, so we're gonna need all the energy that we can create.
Kan je vertellen hoe je team ervoor staat? Dan wil ik een paar dingen weten. Hoe het voor staat met Stengs, met nieuwkoop. Maar ook met de spelers die geblesseerd zijn geraakt in de interlandperiode. Milambo, zeg je al?
Yeah, no, I think most of the ones, it's going as we expect. Calvin is still doing rehab, and we expect him to be back in November. Q obviously is on track as well. It takes some time, and we're careful with him, so we don't expect until after New Year. But we were hoping that he could be available already now, but it's taken a little bit longer time. He still struggles to be completely pain-free, but hopefully after Utrecht is a possibility. Anto was just sick. He's been training the last days, so he's fully up and running again. GY is a question mark. He came back with an injury from Young Oranje, so he's been struggling a bit, and he's not in the selection for tomorrow.
Dan traint vanaf deze week Jean-Paul Boetius mee met Jong Feyenoord. Dat is een speler die ooit hier ook in het eerste heeft gezeten. Volgens mij ook niet onder stoelen of banken heeft gestoken dat hij hier wel zou willen spelen. Is dat ook een optie dat hij ooit nog aan gaat sluiten? Ga je ook kijken hoe hij ervoor staat, of is het echt alleen maar meetrainen?
Well, I think it's a good question to get, and it's something that I will not completely answer straightforward. I would say it in this way, that I'm really happy that we as a club are able to provide Jean-Paul with the opportunity to train with us, and also to get fit again. I think we all know his struggles that he had, and big respect for him coming back and doing all this. I'm happy that we as a club have these values, that we take care of our own boys, and somebody who's been here. I think that's very important, not just in football but also in life. And then we all know he's been out for some time, and it takes a while until he's completely fit. So I think also for him, I think let's wait and see how things are evolving and how things are going. But I'm definitely happy to have a Feyenoorder back in the house.
Gaan we 1 naar voren.
Goedemiddag. Met dat drukke schema wat eraan komt, in hoeverre moet je met je team nog steeds ook puzzelen en rekening houden met, als ik iemand nu laat spelen, kan het de volgende doordeweekse wedstrijd niet? Is dat nog steeds gaande?
I think it's always a question of some kind of load management. Some players more than others. But I think at the end of the day, we have 7 games that are quite important for all of us. And afterwards, we know there's an international break, and some will leave us and stuff like this. But I think it's just full power. We're gonna play with the ones that are fit, the ones that present themselves best in any aspect, and then we'll take it step by step. And then, of course, there's some players that we need to load a little bit more than others. For example, Gano, Trauner, who sometimes we need to keep an eye on him. I'm really happy how he came back from the international break, and the games he played also for Austria. But there's always some players we have to keep an extra eye on. But in general, it's full speed, it's full pace with these 7 games coming up.
Ja. Ik ben heel benieuwd naar 1 speler. Die komt bij Feyenoord niet zoveel aan de bak. Ook bij zijn nationale team. Nu niet wel opgeroepen, maar niet wel Luka Ivanusets. Hoe kijk je naar hem en zijn ontwikkeling? Toch een grote aankoop vorig seizoen, maar we zien hem bijna nooit.
Yeah, no, it's true. Luka have been struggling to get the game time that he for sure wants. I've been choosing other players. looking for a little bit more speed than maybe what Luka has. He has some good technical skills. He has a good football brain as well. He sees some good passes as well. But at the end, I chose him differently. He's training well. He's got a good mindset. He's got a good character. So that's also part of life in football to keep fighting, keep training hard, keep being professional. Then he will get moments, as he also have been given here and there. Not a lot and not enough maybe in his mind, but that's how it is. He's been responding well to the decisions that I'm making, and he's a good professional.
Ten slotte, Go Ahead Eagles, daar hebben we het natuurlijk over die wedstrijd. Wat is jouw analyse van die tegenstanders? Staan dicht bij jullie op de ranglijst in ieder geval nu nog?
Yeah, it's a good team, especially at home. I think they're doing quite well. They also this season are doing quite well, performing quite well, and had some good results that made it difficult for Ajax, for example. I think they have some good offensive players, good on the transitions, good on set pieces. They have a couple of Danish guys and international from Finland as well, and good quality on the offensive play.
Ja, gaan we naar de andere kant. NOS.
Ja, Brian, je zegt net al iets over de lood, kijken naar de spelers. Is er dan al een competitie in je gedachten waarvan je denkt, ja, de Champions League, dat is een lastige competitie voor ons. We hebben wel de laatste wedstrijd gewonnen, maar de Eredivisie, dat is misschien wel belangrijk op dit moment voor Feyenoord?
No doubt. The Eredivisie is the most important one. No question about that. So for sure we want to compete in 3 tournaments, but there's no doubt the Eredivisie is the most important. But I always believe that it's the next game that is the most important one, and that's also why now on tomorrow it's the most important game for us. Right now we need to focus on it. We need to do our analysis on go ahead and look at ourselves and make sure that our boys are ready to perform, and then what happens afterwards we will deal with it, and then we'll start to prepare on Benfica.
Ja, je stond vanochtend ook op trainingsveld met de jongens vast te focussen op die wedstrijd van morgen. Maar heb je ook nog met een schuin oog gekeken naar de uitspraak over Peter Bos? In ieder geval, die heeft een voorlopige schorsing gekregen na zijn uitspraak over scheidsrechter Danny Makkely. Wat vind je daarvan?
Well, I think first of all it's not something that I really want to spend much time on. And whether it's correct or not, it's not up to me to decide. I think it's important to take in consideration that we're all human beings, and I think it's important also that we as athletes, whether we are players or staff members or coaches, that we're also human beings, and we got emotions, and we also get a lot of questions from you guys, and sometimes we try to answer in a diplomatic way, and other times we maybe have a little bit more emotions in our body, and I think that's also important that we sometimes show our emotions and show our thoughts straight from the heart. And then, of course, there's always a line. And as I said, that line, I will not comment on that. That's other people who decides where that line is or where that balance is. But,
maar ik merk dus wel dat je het eigenlijk overdreven vindt, een voorwaardelijke schorsing. Een uitspraak.
I didn't say that.
Nee, is een vraag.
Yeah, that's what I said. I'm not going to answer whether I believe it's correct or not. Somebody else has to make these rules and decisions. As I said, I think it's important that we as coaches, staff, players, we got emotions. We need to get it out sometimes, and of course, then we always have to say it in the right way and with respect towards everybody. But that's at the end of the day, it's football, and there's a lot of rules, also outside the pitch sometimes.
Ik heb nog één vraagje. Wij kunnen deze vragen stellen in het Nederlands. Je hebt ook gezegd dat je op den duur ook wel in het Nederlands deze gesprekjes wil gaan doen. Wanneer gebeurt dat? Want we spreken je net even voor de persconferentie. Dat gaat in hartstikke goed Nederlands.
Yeah, thanks. But I think sometimes it's still difficult for me to express my thoughts when it comes to the football point of view. It is a difficult language you got. I do my best when I speak to some of you guys in a private way, but hopefully it will come. But at the moment, I prefer to do it in English, and hope you guys will respect it also. And I do my best to adapt to your country as well. But as I said, right now I feel more comfortable in trying to explain the things that I believe and that I have in my mind. Then it's a little bit easier to get it out in English.
Dankjewel.
Yes, de voorste rij. Martijn.
Niks menselijks is je vreemd, zeg je net. Ben je zelf wel eens geschorst geweest als trainer?
Yes.
Oh ja? Waar was dat?
I think I got a little bit too many yellow cards. I think in Czech Republic there was a rule whether it was 3 or 4 yellow cards. I can't remember, but I definitely had one game sitting on the stands watching a game. I think it was against Bohemians. Yeah.
Oké. Maar hier kost het je hier geen moeite om je in te houden nog langs de kant.
I try to behave here. Yes, I only got 1 yellow card so far, so I hope to keep it on this, and will do my best to be on the sideline at least. That's my job, and that's where I can help the best. As I said already, I understand that also coaches, we have some respect we need to show towards the referees or whatever, and of course we have to follow the same rules like the players.
Die 2 overwinningen tegen Girona en Twente. Is het dan zo dat je inderdaad andere spelers ziet die zich dan melden? Dat ze vrolijk zijn en lachen? Of is dat gewoon psychologie van de koude grond?
Well, I think I've been trying the last weeks, or at least before the break, to see if we can get some consistency into the team and played more or less with the same lineup. As I said, try to get consistency and trying to build some relations, at least for 11, 12 players. Then I also believe that it's easier to come in from the bench. But there's always players pushing in training, also players pushing when they've been away on international breaks and games like this. So I think it's always a puzzle in some elements. But right now we need to win some games, and that's why I said I think the consistency comes in. Also, it's a little bit easier when players have a mutual understanding of each other, and unfortunately for some players, meaning also less game time for them, but they need to continue doing the job and make it difficult for me.
Ja, maar ik bedoel ook eigenlijk van, zie je dan een ander gedrag? Dat het inderdaad wonderen kan doen. Even 2 keer winnen en misschien meer vertrouwen.
There's no doubt. I think the 2 wins were good for us. But then, of course, the minute we won here against Twente, we lost 14 players who went away with the national teams. We didn't get them back until yesterday. Today also we had Mitchell and Wang. They were back from their international. So today was the first time we were the whole squad together. So that's also some of the challenges you have. But I definitely felt a good energy today in the squad. Good team feeling for sure. And I think everybody knows what time it is now. It's time to perform and it's time to get some good wins.
Succes, dank je.
Okay. Eentje naar achteren, Mikos.
Ja, trainer, je zegt Stengs in november pas. Er zitten nog 4 hele belangrijke wedstrijden tussen. Die speelt hij dan sowieso niet. Is dit ook zeg maar volgens schema of valt het een beetje tegen?
I think I said it some weeks ago. We were hoping that he could have been ready after this break. But already 2-3 weeks ago we knew that it would take a little bit longer time. And he is definitely also one of the players that we want to protect a little bit more than usual, maybe to make sure that he doesn't get another setback or something like this. So yes, it took a little bit longer, but at the same time, it's also an injury you, of course, want to protect a bit. But he's doing well. He's been training on the pitch, not with the squad, but with the individual coaches the last couple of days.
Dus helemaal nog niet met de groep?
Nee, nog niet.
En dat zou dan begin november ook voor het eerst zijn, of daar moet? Bedoel je dat hij een wedstrijd kan spelen in november?
Yeah, it's I hope. I think as a coach you always hope, but I also listen to the medical and performance staff. And right now the aim is in November. Whether it's going to be before the break or not, we'll have to wait and see the next couple of days and maybe even weeks. But as I said already, we're not going to force anything. Maybe to have him ready, I don't know, let's say after Ajax or Almeida City, then maybe it's better to take another few weeks in the international break to build him up and make sure that he stays fit and he feels good as well.
En ondertussen is Lee Egger verdwenen, hè? Een van je performance coaches, de hoofdscout. Akkers gaat verdwijnen of is al verdwenen. En je videoanalist gaat ook verdwijnen, als ik het goed begrepen heb. Zijn dat vervelende dingen midden in een seizoen? Toch wel belangrijke krachten, en kan je dat intern oplossen? Of?
Yeah, I think when you lose good people, it's always a blow in some aspects, for sure. We're a team that depends on each other, and we need quality, for sure. So when good people leaves us, it's always a challenge. For sure, yes, we will replace them with the right people and with the right quality. For me, it's part of football. It's part of how the business works. I believe in motivation and I believe in ambitions, and I know it's not just players who got big ambitions. It's also coaches or staff members like Lee, for example. In this case, was also some personal matters that made the decision a little bit easier. But at the end of the day, I as I said, I believe in ambition. And when people are dreaming of something bigger and maybe also have the opportunity to do bigger things, then I'm also a big fan of letting these people go and make sure that they fulfill their dreams. And then it's up to me and us to replace them with people who, as I said, got the quality, but also got the motivation to fulfill this gap.
Maar dat is nog niet gebeurd, hè? Je hebt geen nieuwe...
At this moment, no. As I said, it's important we get the right one in. It's also a signal to the people that we have. We trust them. And there's a couple of young performance staff members that have been doing really well, coming from the academy and then here to the first team. And at the moment, they're doing really well, keeping the consistency, keeping the philosophy intact as well. That makes it also the process a little bit slower, that we're not in a complete rush, because we got good people already inside the building that can fulfill the shoes that Lee left, for example.
En de videoanalist die heb je ook vervangen nu voor de interne.
Yeah, I don't think there's something that is concrete in that aspect yet. When we got something official, we'll also announce it.
Oké, dan gaan we eerst even naar achteren. En dan komen we nog één keer terug bij Sinclair.
Er was afgelopen week ook wat kritiek op Timber bij het Nederlands elftal. En werd ook gewisseld in de rust. Hoe heb jij naar zijn spel gekeken?
I thought he played a very good first game against Hungary. I think he did really well. I really liked to watch him. I think he did really good, both on the ball and also without the ball. Really intense in his game. And then I think like a lot of the other teammates against Germany was a difficult game. It's also part of football.
Heb jij er met hem nog over gesproken? Of had hij het er moeilijk mee? Of?
Yeah, but quite simple, quite easy. It's national team games. Now it's focused on Feyenoord, and we talked a little bit about the two games, and then we quickly moved on to what's important, and that's the coming weeks for Feyenoord. He's a good boy. He's professional. He's self-critical as well, and he knows the good things and some of the things that he needs to improve. But I'm really happy to see that our captain is a starter for Oranje. I think that's big praise to him especially. So it's football. You have good days. You have less good days, and that's part of it. And then I know next international break will be different. Now I expect his focus is these 7 games. Make sure that he performs for us, and then we'll see what happens.
Top, dankjewel.
Graag gedaan.
Yes, dan gaan we nog één keer naar
Ja,
Sinclair voor de
zou ik nog
afsluiting.
2 vragen willen stellen.
2 vragen.
De eerste is, Jiménez is deze week ook weer teruggekeerd.
Ja.
Wat kan je over hem zeggen? Hoe gaat het met hem?
He said this morning it's been good to be home. He had a couple of good weeks at home, recovering a bit. Obviously seeing some friends, some family to get the mind also in a positive way. And then he had some good sessions with his coach over there, and now he's back for the coming rehab with us. Yeah, I don't think anything has changed in that matter. It was a quite big injury, so it will still take some time, and we will definitely take it easy. It's also a muscle injury, so we need to take care of it and build him up in the right way. But yeah, I think that plan is still the same.
Tot slot nog 1 vraag. Dennis de Kloeze heeft deze week alle plannen ontvouwd. Een 3-manschap gaat eigenlijk het technische gedeelte nu invullen. Kan jij zeggen wat voor stem jij hebt in het aantrekken van spelers? We zagen onder de vorige trainer dat hij best wel een stem had, Arne Slot. Wat voor stem heb jij in het aantrekken van de spelers hier bij Feyenoord?
I think it's going to be the same as I had this window. I think it's some good people who are in this management group. Good people who's close to me and to us in every day. Mark is often at 1908. He's watching the trainings. He is also invited into the team meetings that I have and we have. I think it's important that the people making decisions regarding recruitment, that they're quite close to me and us. It makes the decisions a lot easier. It makes the discussions a lot easier when he or they also see how we're training, how we're preparing the players, how the philosophy is. So no, I'm quite happy in this aspect, and know it's good people that will be around me as well, and also able to support Dennis.